Welcome back to Ozarks Tonight. Today, July 19th, marks 1 year since the tragedy on Table Rock Lake. 17 people lost their lives when a duck boat sank.
Since then, several criminal charges have been brought against Ripley Entertainment. Tonight, we're taking a look back, remembering the victims, hearing from survivors, and highlighting how resilient the community has been since and where those cases are now.
For folks to see, a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for areas further south. This does include Berry County, Stone County, and Taney County.
Don't worry, this warning is not for tonight.
Line of storms, which is racing toward the southeast.
It's Color 10's weather coverage from July 19th, 2018.
That is going to put it into areas like Branson probably in the next hour or so, I would expect.
And the forecast wasn't wrong.
Really strong wind and rain.
And within just a matter of seconds, the wind picked up and debris was flying through the air.
It came up just that quick.
We were actually at my little boy's birthday party, and it was an outside birthday party, and we were watching the radar because we thought there could be some rain. It was the wind. It just came all at once. It tossed a picnic table like a toy, and I remember not even being able to get into our car. We couldn't shut the door or open the door because of the wind.
And not too long after that storm hit, the story changed. And it wasn't just locals watching the weather.
All of a sudden, the whole world was watching Branson.
That July 19th is will probably go down as one of the worst tragedies I've had to deal with in my 29 years.
31 people had boarded a duck boat on Table Rock Lake, 29 guests and 2 crew members. Of those, only a few would survive. 17 people died when the duck boat was too small for the strong winds and the water.
It was the most tragic thing I ever witnessed because you felt so helpless, you just couldn't do anything.
Pat Styron was on the Branson Belle that night. She and other guests on board that boat saw some of what happened.
I was here visiting.
We talked to Trent Baer that evening as he got off the Branson Belle.
We were just sitting there, we ordered a drink, and our waitress came, and then all of a sudden we see all the staff just running back and forth with life jackets and AEDs, just trying to do their best they can to try to figure out where this is.
And we saw the boats, there was 2 of them. We could see out the window, and the first one went by, and the second one we could see was in trouble. And the boat was going down, and the water was coming up, and they didn't have not very big windows to get out of. And it was so horrible. The kids, there were grown-ups, and they were in the water. They had gotten out of the duck and was trying to get to our boat.
Lady, an African-American lady, actually came from under the boat, and so one of the workers actually went into the water, and also a civilian, I believe, went into the water and helped bring him up. We got one of the life carriers, one of those things, and we tried getting her in there, and we started pulling her up. A gentleman, I believe he was an EMT, started CPR, and then they cleared us out.
I still remember through all the chaos, I spotted my deputy that was on the Branson Belle that night, and you know, he was soaking wet and nothing but a pair of his uniform pants, and the look of terror on his face, because he had just been involved and witnessed all that, and that's something that I will never forget.
A heartbreaking day that an entire community will never forget. Stone County Sheriff Doug Rader took the lead that evening, we're told by other emergency crews. Chris Barrett, the fire chief for the Western Taney County District, arrived with his crew. He says it was chaos trying to figure out exactly who to help, and then devastating finding out they couldn't help everyone.
Everybody on our team, all the personnel that responded, really were thinking there'd be 30 people in the water and we need to get them out of the water. When we got there, it was quite different. We didn't know where the people were because they were not in the water. We didn't see anybody swimming or in the water or in life jackets or whatever. We were told they're on the Belle. You didn't know who was a regular guest on the Belle, who was crew on the Belle, and who was actually on a duck that ended up on the Belle. But we did not know how many were actually missing. And initially we thought everybody was on the Belle. We didn't realize initially that people were missing.
We had victims from the duck sitting there, a very small number. And I knew how many had went to the hospital already, and my biggest obstacle in my mind I couldn't come over is where was the rest of them?
We were all prepared to treat 30 or then 32 people.
In the first 30 minutes, 40 minutes, thinking, where's the rest of our people? You know, and then that's when reality started setting in, and we realized we had so many victims that perished that night.
It became clear that this is no rescue. This is going to be a recovery. When we started to dive, we did 3 dives. I think that's all we did initially, and we got 3 bodies up. The driver, a young boy, and a dad, I believe it was.
Brought people in, and they brought, I remember one boy. He looked like a teenager. He's a pretty good sized boy, and they got him on, and he was laying down on the boat, and then they pronounced him dead, and it was so heartbreaking.
As fire rescue, EMTs, deputies, troopers, and civilians on the Belle did what they could, hospital staff was being notified to prepare to receive patients.
We got a call that there was a mass casualty incident and just kind of be on standby. We had several people, but I was expecting a lot more.
Because they were told 32 people, so they prepared for 32 patients. And they got 7, and they're like, where's the rest?
It was unfortunate that we had more that passed away that made it to the hospital for us to care for, and that's always a difficult thing to swallow. You know, we're in the job of helping and saving lives, and when there's not that many to save, it makes for a very difficult day.